What happened when the quiet guy finally snapped? When my childhood friend passed away, I went back to my hometown only to discover that the pastor who used to touch us still worked at the church. His name was Pastor Rick, and he used to run a youth mentorship group back when I was a kid. He'd always find reasons to keep us behind after sessions. I remember him locking the doors once and whispering in my ear, "This is for your purity, my child." Then he ran his hands along my body, and honestly at the time I thought he was taking measurements with just how thorough he was being. Everyone in town thought he was a saint, so much so that every time someone tried raising their voice or involving parents, Rick would convince everyone they were lying, and the kid would be ostracized until they had to leave town. My friend Micah stayed because he didn't have any parents, but I left. I hadn't seen that cursed church in 20 years, and when I finally saw it again, it was decorated with a big banner that said, "Celebrating 30 years of Pastor Rick's faithful service." My stomach turned, and I kept walking towards where the funeral was being held. My shock went even further when I saw how Rick was the one delivering the eulogy. Micah was troubled, but deeply loved. The irony in his statements made my blood boil, and I wanted to scream right there and then. After the service, people gathered in the courtyard to share memories of Micah when Rick himself walked up to me. He smiled like nothing was wrong. "You've really grown up, Daniel. It's a shame what happened to Micah. Some boys just don't adjust well." I stared at him with anger and asked if he remembered what he did to us. He laughed and said, "I helped a lot of boys, Daniel. It's not my fault you needed firmer hands than others." My body froze just like it had 20 years ago, and even though in the moment I couldn't do anything as I saw him leave, I decided I was going to show him that he wasn't untouchable. The next evening, I walked back to the church and found Rick in the back standing over some graves and ambushed him. "Do you remember what you did to Micah?" To me, he turned around in surprise but quickly changed to a smile when he saw me. "Of course I do. I never liked Micah because he always cried after, but you were much quieter, which is why I loved you." That was it. I barely remember lunging. Just the feeling of my hands grabbing his collar and slamming him down onto one of the gravestones. He tried swinging back but missed terribly. I hit him once in the mouth, and when he tried to talk, I hit him again. Then again. I heard something crack under my fist, so I stopped and said to him, "Tell me you're sorry. Tell me that you regret what you did to us." Apparently he didn't think I would go any further, because he just started laughing. "I should have gone even harder on you. Then maybe you wouldn't have turned out to be so rebellious." I didn't care about the consequences anymore, and lifted him up before bringing him down on the metal spikes nearby. The ground was soaked in red, and Rick wasn't moving anymore. Someone then came to the graves and screamed when they saw what happened. Next thing I knew, the cops were at the church. I didn't try to fight when they arrested me. I never even asked for a lawyer, since I figured this wasn't a bad way to go. But then 2 days later, they released me and dropped all charges. I understood everything when I saw a congregation member coming out of the station behind me. If I had gone to court, I wouldn't have hesitated to reveal why I did what I did, and these people wanted to keep that under wraps no matter what. Instead, they bribed me and told me to leave town, which I did. I haven't been back since. The church shut down a month later.